to me, but he ain't listen to me. I tried to talk to him. He ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me.
Yo, it's your boy. Go up, see Spaceship Oasis. Incredible. I'm back for another edition of Last Ship Standing in this corner. Raw recap for October, what is this, 21st? Crazy day in wrestling, in the wrestling neighborhood, y'all. Samantha Irvin has left WWE. I figured it wouldn't be long before she left. I mean, her man gone, right? Her man gone, so she might as well be gone. So they brought Lillian Garcia back. Yeah. But what happened to what's the other Alicia Tyler, Mike Rome? They couldn't let one of them two do it. And once it happened, I actually was thinking like, okay, so maybe they were getting ready. That's why they brought Mike Bron back to prepare us for her inevitable leave, or whatever that is. But apparently not. Apparently not. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Let's see. There you go. But it was a good show. I'm not mad at it. I knew we was in no yeet territory. I don't know if y'all knew. I knew we was in no yeet territory. And I blame Jay. I blame Jay Uso for everything that happened to him tonight. That was his motherfucking fault. Shit. Why could you say such a thing? I'm glad you asked. Because he had no business going to SmackDown. He had already told Jimmy no. And I guess he felt like he had to tell Roman no to his face. Which, okay, cool. But why would you do it right before your match? Why would you go to the ring and talk to the Bloodline 2.0 and make a threat to them right before your match? If anything, you should have waited and came out this week after you held your title. Bloodline 2.0 wasn't fucking with you, cuz. You ain't told Roman no, so you wasn't even in a trajectory, Jay. You went over there and made yourself a problem, an issue. Excuse me. I've had the sniffles. Not the sniffles, but I'm just sneezing like a hoe. What up, Chase? Right? You had to go over there and make yourself, put yourself in this. You might as well should have told Roman Yee. Because you knew what was going to happen. I was hoping it wasn't going to happen. For a minute there, I was like, well, maybe he'll keep his title and go into, and that could be something he can hold over Roman's head too. Like, wait a minute, player. I'm the one with a championship. You ain't got no championship. I think that would have been a very good dynamic. So he wouldn't just jump back in. Now it feels like they finna rush this shit and he finna jump back in Friday. Jay, no. You should have let Jay retain. He cool. He would retain. We'd have been like, dang, Jay won. Okay, so he must really ain't fucking with the bloodline. And then some bullshit happened. Right? That's how I feel. But anyway, I missed like the first 2-3 minutes of Raw. So I'm gonna assume Self and Bronson Reed was fighting on the outside. They get loose. Seth comes to the ring. They play his music. If y'all was brawling, why the fuck you playing your music? He calls out Bronson Reed to fight. Seth and Reed fight. It's a nice brawl. And it was a spot where Bronson had the security guard. And listen, the security guards couldn't keep Bronson away from Braun Strowman. You're not going to keep them away from Seth Rollins. You might keep Seth from Bronson, but I'm just not seeing you keeping Bronson away from Seth. But he had one of the security guards on the shoulder. He was perched up. I don't know if he was on the rail or the table, but I think he was on the rail. And he dumps him on all the security guards, which I thought was a very cool spot. And then he got ready for a tsunami. I knew in my heart, I knew in my soul, he wasn't going to hit the tsunami, right? But he went through the table. Seth moves. But Seth, this feud really quickly. And I like how he beat up Seth. He beat up some other people. He had the feud with Bron. And now Seth is back, and he's making Bronson Reed credible. And I really like that. Braun Strowman's disappeared, ain't he? Braun Strowman, okay, we need you in for this, and then you can go back, bye-bye. Braun Strowman ain't shit right now. Yeah, recap from last week's tag team match where Jakara and Lash Legend, and I see that they pushing them, and they're bringing them up, which I think is pretty cool. And let me say this, overall, the crowd sucked to me tonight. Tell me if I'm different. Tell me if I'm tripping. But I did not hear the crowd sound like the crowd. Like it was really weak. But then you had the Damage Control interview, and then Liv and Raquel come out, and Raquel is so much bigger than Io and Kyrie. She looks very menacing. Right? What up, Mary? Yeah, I thought they sucked too. So then they scheduled Liv, Raquel versus Damage Control tonight, which I thought was cool. Like they're really building up the females now. Raw more so than SmackDown. SmackDown not bad either. I wonder what happened to Blair Davenport. Wonder what happened to Kiana James. But Alexa Bliss still got to come back. So we got a few. But I like what they're doing, and I think they're doing that because they got so many women in NXT. You got to do something. So you got Liv, Raquel, Damage Control. You got this Lash Legend and Jakara. Jakara's so ugly to me. She is not cute. She's like a man. New Day comes out. And they finna face Authors of Pain for the number one contender. I was like, oh, they had no commercial. All this was back to back. I was like, okay, they're getting their groove. They boom commercial. The fuck? Now I got a commercial. Then you come back with the Brown promo. I don't know how I feel about the promos when the wrestlers are in the ring. I still don't know how I feel about that. That shit feels weird to me, right? Like, what they doing in the ring? You make me want to go to a live event just to see what the fuck they doing in the ring while they having these promos from these other wrestlers. You feel me? Like it's really weird to me. Like I was thinking around the time they had the War Raiders promo, I was like, well, maybe what they can do is maybe just like do the promos after they wrestle, right? Maybe they could do the promos after they wrestle. Because doing it, like, okay, they go to the ring, la, la, la. Then you have a commercial break. Then you have like two promos. And then you bring out the other wrestlers. Like, nigga, that's a long time in the ring. I don't even want to be out somewhere that long, just standing in front of 15, 20,000 people. Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to stand in front of 15? What's up, Original Soul? I'm all right, man. Not my best still. I saw your message. I'm gonna get with you. I love you. But I just don't want to talk to the phone. I just ain't been responding to nobody. It's not you. I'm good though. I'm good. But I don't want to stand in front of 15, 20,000 motherfucking people. Right? For like 5 to 7 minutes. The fuck I'm doing. Waiting to wrestle. That don't feel good. But then they gave a shout out to Samantha Irvin, which was cool, but it was just to bring Lillian back. And Lillian Garcia kind of choked a little bit on her first one. she just love you, man. She just she was cool, and I'm not gonna crack on her too hard because this is her first time back in years. But you know, she just didn't. She ain't Samantha Earth. We got to see, and I know a lot of times people was talking about, you know, how good Lillian Garcia is as a host, as a ring announcer. Yeah, it was nice to see her back. She felt good to be back. She was back when she was at Bad Blood. She was at Bad Blood. So I kind of knew something was up then. Like, Lillian? Y'all shouting out Lillian? Okay. There's a reason for that. So the New Day, versus AOP, the New Day had some good tag team moves. They had some good synergy. I liked the match. The power versus speed. I was shocked. I was shocked New Day won. Then Miz popped up in black. So, best part of that was Truth came and whooped his ass. Right? Then he get cross on. And I think Truth, you know, you funny and shit, but I need you to get into it. I need you to have some aggression. And New Day wins. And during this time, Xavier Woods was on the outside. Right? And so Kofi won with a roll up on one of the guys, and then you see R-Truth in the ring with the Final Testament, and Miz jumps him, and they start jumping on Miz. Kofi wants to go. Jumping on Truth. Kofi wants to go help Truth. Xavier Woods stops him. Xavier Woods is still like, nah, fuck these niggas, you know. And then the Wyatt Sicks pops up. There was rumors that there was going to be a Wyatt Sicks New Testament feud. Nikki Cross is on the top rope. She jumps off. Hits, what's the woman's name? Scarlett. They break out in the feud. Miz is in the ring left by himself, so he thought. Then Uncle Howdy came in the ring. Then Paul Ellering came in the ring. Uncle Howdy ended up putting the mandible claw on Paul Ellering. So it was a nice little match, nice little follow-up. Built a new feud. Got a lot of. I like how WWE is intertwining a lot of feuds now. It don't seem like everybody's on their own fucking island with feuds. I really hope and pray that they have Survivors. I am a Survivor Series match fan. I want the 4-on-4, the 5-on-5, and then give me the War Games. That's the main event. I can deal with. Some people don't like that, and some people ain't gonna like that. But I think that would be good to get all these wrestlers on Survivor Series and to have these old school Survivor Series matches. I love it. And you can have the Wyatt Sicks versus the Final Testament. You can have New Day, R-Truth, and somebody else, and whatever. I think it will work. I think you can have some good matches from this. Rollins and Reed, they brawl again backstage. They had like 3 or 4 brawls today. Every time you went backstage, they was fighting. And I liked it. It built up the animosity. It built up the tension. It built up the disdain that each of them had for themselves. Later on, Adam Pearce finally announces Crown Jewel. Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. I think Bronson Reed should win that match. I've been saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. And then they had a SmackDown recap. Then they had a Raquel to Rhea Ripley promo. So you had your New Day match, and then you had a bunch of promos still. Promo. And then they showed the Crown Jewel, the female Crown Jewel belt. Why? Why is that belt on Raw? I don't give a fuck about that belt. I don't need to see that belt. I don't care about that match. I care about the development of the story more than I care about who win that belt. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares about the belt, right? And then this is the crazy thing about the belt within the match, right? In the match. Now before the match, Michael Cole said, "Oh, they got the white gloves on, yada yada." But then Liv went outside the ring during the match and was touching the belt. Where your gloves at, ho? It's too much. You had Damage Control versus Liv and Raquel. You had Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson back. They announced Dom being there, but then he didn't come out with him. So you knew some shenanigans was going to happen. You knew some shenanigans was going to happen. But this was a good match. Like, they let Raquel. Now, Raquel and I think Carlito both had the Street Trash shirts on. So I wonder what that's all about. Like, is they going to change their name? How they going to do that? But Raquel, they let Raquel wrestle a lot of the match. Maybe to get her back, you know, in intertwine. She did a damn good job. I think she probably wrestled better tonight than she had wrestled in a long time. I think they liked her because she was big, but her wrestling was a little bit more crisp. I like the team of her and Liv. It gives me a Shawn Michaels Diesel feel. I like how Raquel. I never liked Raquel as a baby face. She smiled too goddamn much. Yo. You smile too much. I didn't want to see all that, right? I asked if Raquel was doing all the wrestling, and then it picks up, and the speed of Damage Control and EO is still over, y'all. That's when you know you got a superstar in your hands. When she don't have to be a champion, nothing. Kairi Sane, not so much. EO, star. EO's a star. I would even do an EO versus Rhea match at WrestleMania. I would love to see that. I would love to see EO versus Rhea Ripley. If they don't prolong this, or if Liv keeps the title, I would like to see a Liv EO match. EO run circles around that poor baby. But once again, they go to the outside. Metaphor jumps in. Jakara Jackson jumps in. Lash Legend hits EO. And it's over. They come in the ring. They fight. Now, Liv and Raquel disappeared. But they were doing their moves, and you can still see their inexperience. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson both took way too fucking long to put their finishing moves on. And her move is called the Lash Extension. The Lash Extension. That's lame as fuck. Then you had, and the dynamic about this is crazy because you don't really know, it ain't no heel and face teams. They just all don't like each other, which I really like. I really like that. Like, Damage Control, Kyrie came out shaking hands, but EO didn't. And Lash and Jakara, they bougie bitches. Then you got Liv and Raquel. So I like that they're not really friendly in faces, right? So you see Liv and Raquel getting Jakara and Legend's face, and then here comes Rhea Ripley. Here comes Rhea Ripley, and she's fighting them off. She's doing her thing, but she knocks Raquel out to the side. And the thing I liked about this, they let Rhea and Liv actually brawl a little bit. They didn't have Liv just running away. And I think they've done that way too much. They've let Rhea dominate Liv, and then Liv win the match, which kind of is weak, right? Let Liv get some licks in on Rhea. Liv ain't no punk. Yeah, Rhea's Rhea, but Rhea can be had. You know? So, finally, Rhea's about to get Liv up for a riptide, and Dom pulls her out. There's your boy. There's your boy. Okay? Raquel won't Rhea. And she gives a good explanation of why she wants Rhea later on in the show. And I like it. I think it's a good. Right now is the time for wrestlers to have like these, like before WrestleMania or before Royal Rumble and after WrestleMania. It's a time where you have these matches or these feuds where you're trying to make somebody. You're trying to see if somebody. You can take a gamble on a feud. I think a Raquel Rhea feud is a good holdover until Rhea finally beats Liv, whether that's Saturday Night Main Event, whether that's the Royal Rumble. I don't think they're going to push it off till WrestleMania. I don't. Unless Rhea loses again. And I don't see Rhea winning the Royal Rumble again. Who do y'all think going to win the Royal Rumble? Male and female. Everybody think The Rock going to win for the male. But for the females, I really don't know. That's an interesting call. I really don't know who will win the female side. Chelsea Green? Oh. Chelsea Green! Yeah, the Rollins and Reed, they were still fighting and they Pierce announced the Crown Jewel. Then you had Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus the Creeds. Then you had another promo. I think Dragon Lee and Rey came out first. Then you had promo. Next 2300 at Hammerstein. Cool. That's cool. CW. I get it. Dope. Philly. They come back to Philly. But then you had the War Raiders promo, right? And I think they might win the titles. And one thing I noticed, and I'm gonna get to it. But you have a story that can develop with the other wrestlers that's in it, right? So then you had the War Raiders promo, you had the Judgment Day promo. Raquel comes back, talk about how she wants Rhea, JB, and Finn still want Priest. And then Carlito suggested that Dom face Gunther for the title. And then Raquel was like, what do you do around here? And he said he's the fixer. He's the fixer. He fixes things. So that's very interesting. Like, I think everybody laughed about that. There's no way. And then, it's so impossible. Is it possible? Is it so impossible that it becomes possible? Trick Williams in the building. Good match. Another good match. And I think before this match, I was like, if they had 4 matches and all of them was about 20 minutes, I'm cool with 4 matches on Raw that are 20 minutes long. And this match went about 20 minutes. And you let Dragon Lee show his thing. You let Ray do his. The Creeds look very promising, very malicious. I like the outfit. I like the music. Julius is okay. I'm starting to see what other people saw in Julius. Brutus is still a little clunky in the ring, but he's the powerhouse. He reminds me of the Ample, right? Dragon Lee at one time did a tope. He jumped out the ring. Brutus and Julius was there. He flew past Brutus and hit Julius. I said, sheesh. But the crowd, this was another match where I realized, I was enjoying this match. The crowd seemed dead as fuck for this match. I'm like, what? I had to turn my TV up. I had to check. I was surprised that Ray and Dragon Lee won. I thought American Made was going to win. All 3 face teams, so you're going to have pretty much a face team. But I don't think you're going to have a face team because I can see Xavier Woods costing Ray and Dragon Lee to start to have a feud with that or a tag match with that. And so I'm going with the War Raiders. I'm going with the War Raiders. I don't think New Day is going to go against Judgment Day. They already lost to them. I don't think Ray and Dragon Lee can go against Judgment Day. They've already lost to them. Well, not this version, but I'm tired of seeing Judgment Day versus LWO. I do not want to see Judgment Day versus LWO anymore, right? So I'd rather see the War Raiders go in, destroy them, and then you can have Balor go after Priest again. Let him be solo. Finn Balor needs to be a solo main event wrestler. Okay. Then you had Carlito suggest Don for the #1 contender, where Adam Pearce laughed at him. You had a Bron Breakker interview. Then you had a Gunther interview. And then during the Gunther interview, Damian Priest said he's not looking for a handout. But after Crown Jewel, Gunther's going to have a big problem. So we're seeing where this is going to go here. We're seeing maybe Priest and Gunther Saturday Night Main Event. I could book a Saturday Night Main Event and still book a Royal Rumble. I can still book a Saturday Night Main Event and still book a Royal Rumble. I can still book a Survivor Series. Are they going to have Damian Priest fight Gunther in Survivor Series? Or Punk? Or McIntyre? Or a Fatal 4-Way? Ooh. It's main event time. Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker. Lillian out here trying. I got to get used to her again. I'm not going to knock her. I miss Lillian. I hope she's back for the long haul. I hope this wasn't a one-off. Because Lillian was dope. Don't get it twisted. Lillian was the shit. Decent match. It picked up once Solo showed up. Solo comes down. You see Jacob with a blue Yeet shirt. And then you see the whole bloodline. You see Tama. You see Loa. And you got Tonga Loa trying to give him words of encouragement. He super kicks him. Once again, Jay, leave him alone. Focus. Yeah, I put on here, Jay will lose. I put here, Jay will lose. Once they came out and he kicked Tonga Loa, it was a wrap. Then he got Tonga, right? And then you see Jacob and then Bron. And I was like, anybody else feel like that? When Jacob and Bron Breakker got in each other's face, like, WWE got some bangers coming, man. WWE got some bangers coming. They just be teasing shit. Right? They just be teasing shit. I like it, though. You had Bron Breakker. He went for an Uso splash. Jey Uso went for the Uso splash. Bron Breakker got the knees to the gut. Then he catches him, gives him a spear, goes to the top rope, hits the Uso splash. 1, 2, 2. Hey, Miro. Then they go to the outside again. Jacob Fatu hits him with a kick. Then a small splash on the table. And this is during the time where Tonga and Tonga Loa. It was just this the type of shit that pisses me off, though. You know it's 4 of them out there. Why are you only trying to move 2? Who got eyes on the other 2? The most dangerous 2. You got eyes on these 2 jokers, but the most dangerous 2, you ain't paying no attention to. You let this man get a Samoan drop onto a table, and Bron sitting there smiling. If I was Jacob, I would have gave him like the Rikishi splash in the turnbuckle on his head real quick. Bitch, don't be walking up on me. But he didn't. He picked up Solo. They left. Bron threw Jay back in the ring, hit him with the spear, a super spear, and he wins back the IC title. Hunter, why did you give Jey Uso the title on Raw and never defended it on pay-per-view? You could have let that man wrestle on pay-per-view with the title. Unless you plan on giving it back to him after this bloodline shit is over with. Which you could. And you could give him and Bron another match. He could win in Fatal 4-Way, 3-Way, whatever, Elimination Chamber, whatever, and then give him another match. Maybe. But for me, it was anticlimactic because I wasn't ready for Bron to win the title. I like the tease they did with Bron Breakker and Gunther. I didn't really need Bron Breakker back winning the IC title. Like, what was the point for me? He kept it like a month. That felt like an Attitude Era title reign. That felt like I'm just going to give you a title reign just for the hell of it. Title reign. And so, it was cool. It was cool. I mean, all the shenanigans made it a good match. I mean, a good show. All the shenanigans made it a good main event. Right? Like, but it wasn't nothing. It was predictable. It was so predictable because, Jay, you didn't have to go to SmackDown. Like, really and truly, that's some dumbass shit you did. That was not no player shit. That was not no P shit. For real. You should have just, everything that happened to you is your fault. So, who you mad at? Point to who you mad at. Point to who you. I don't know. I gave the show three ships. They're decent. It was decent. I like the matches. All the matches. Let me see. Let's go back over the match. Damage Control and Liv and Raquel. Yeah, that was cool. New Day and LP. I was impressed with both that chemistry. Damage. No, hold up, man. Oh, the American Made and Ray and Dragon Lee. Yeah, probably my least favorite match, but it was a good match. And then Bron and Jay. Yeah, it was good. Promos was good. Intermingling was good. You know, I'm ready to see some more development. I ain't tripping. I liked it. What y'all think about it? Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good shit. Hit up the comment section. Let me know what you thought about Monday Night Raw tonight. It's your boy, Space Your Boy. It's incredible. And remember, be a blessing in somebody's life, man. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Y'all know what it is.